Oh, really? Really? Eye in the sky about what, me? Talk. Well, I will
There's
tell.
like 700 between both our lives. It's been a good awareness. We can keep going, man, and get the word out there.
Thank you,
And
sweetheart.
don't let them distract you, because that's the what they want to make it about them, but don't do that.
Absolutely. So there you go. You heard that from Willie as well. This is not about them. The world does not revolve around one or two people. And that is, again, guys, where you see who is heading in the right direction and who's heading in the I want to make money direction, right? One of the biggest things I love in my work is looking at someone when they come in, seeing what I think this is, asking them, what is it that bothers you? What do you not like about yourself? Seeing if my thoughts marry up with what they're thinking as well, carrying out a treatment and giving them a mirror and seeing an instant change in that person's eyes and knowing that they are leaving with confidence that they never thought they would when they came in that door. See that feeling? It is amazing. It will have goosebumps raising on your arms. Frightened of needles as well. You should be frightened of non-medics needles. I'm going to tell you why. Not all non-medics, by the way, but this is just something to be aware of. How many non-medics do you know are up to date with their Hep vaccinations? When you're in healthcare, it is paramount that you should have your Hep vax. You're dealing with needles, right? Now, I most certainly cannot go into this one in depth because I'm very cautious of what I put out and what I don't, because I know my legalities. There was a provider in an area that I know using a room in someone's place that I know, and it was fed back to me, guys, from the person whose place it was at the time. What should I do because this is happening? And I thought, are you actually kidding me on? What had happened was it was a non-medic that was there providing aesthetics, and the non-medic decided to stick on a twofer, as we call it, right? So 2 for 1, or like buy one and your best pal gets whatever, half price. The owner of the place that I'm talking about asked what they should do because they found out that this non-medic person who was administering was double using needles. So if someone was coming in for this specific deal, it was a £500,000 deal. One was getting half and the other was getting the same syringe, same needle. Now, there are 2 needles come in every single dermal filler pack, right? The 2 needles do not mean it's for 2 different people. Think about this logically, guys. The needle itself is a hole which goes into the actual product, right? Not only can bacteria travel like you wouldn't believe, if you're also aspirating on the needle, which means pulling back to make sure that you have no blood leakage coming into your barrel, right? Then the whole syringe is contaminated. It's contaminated, right? Instantly. You then take off, say, the first needle, and you go, this is the 2 for offer, right? So we'll take that needle off and we'll put the other needle on, right? Well, why even bother? Why bother taking that first needle off? Because you've actually contaminated the barrel. Now, the potential that's there is that someone could have some BBV, which is a bloodborne virus, right? And instantly passed on, Hep, HIV, also there's so many of them, right? But I'm using the kind of more well-known ones. Also, guys, did you know that these kind of 2 for offers as well, you often find that the person who is giving the filler out, so the clinician will say, usually will put filler into maybe another syringe and then seal up the other syringe, so there's like a £500,000 here and a £500,000 in this. Do you know what happens the minute you do that? The minute you do that, contamination kicks in. What has that product touched or been open and subjected to, even in the atmosphere. Free radicals. What has that filler been involved in? You've transferred in here and you've had to pull the plunger out of that syringe. So what was a sterile plunger is now out here fucking fighting free radicals while you put filler in here and then you're going to put that in there. Do you know what I mean? And this is where the prices of filler comes into play as well. You can buy half mil syringes, you can buy full mil syringes. Occasionally there's very, very few, but some of them do 1.5s. And of course then if you're going into body augmentations, you can buy stupendous amounts in one cartridge, right? I'm just putting this out here again because I've seen it again. Listen, banger, right? Banger, you stick to your own side and I'll stick to mine, okay? Can I also just say...
No way I always took all this information in 3 days, fuck's it. No way, man.
Willie, honestly, right, see this is just the tip, right? But I'm also kind of scared. I don't want to bore you guys either because sometimes it's like flogging a dead horse because I love it and I'm passionate and I can tell you everything about it. You guys might be like, fucking hell. Know what I mean? But I mean, I'm just going to show you a wee picture, for example, if I can. I just want to make sure I've not got anything.
Yeah, you're better off saying as much as you can about it and spread as much awareness because there's no awareness about this for the younger people, man. And my daughter, that's 14, like, I want to put this everywhere.
Do you know what, Willie, right? See, having a daughter that's 14, would you say that she would be inclined to look at somebody that's got, say, like 100k followers or whatever and go, that's who I'm going to? That is wrong. It is so wrong because these people are striving. Attention is what these people are after, right? We all like attention.
Definitely, she's going to go with whoever. Let's say whoever's get clout on TikTok and all that, they're doing it. Following them.
Exactly. So think about that, guys, right? All of us want attention. If we didn't want attention, we wouldn't be on social media, we wouldn't be commenting, we wouldn't be online and stuff like that. How we use that attention is what makes the difference. I don't want to come on here shouting and bawling and blah, blah, blah. If I need to, I will, but as you've seen in the past, I'm more likely to take it off here. But I would much rather be on here shouting and bawling and pointing people in the right direction, guys, because at the end of the day, not only is it killing off my industry as I know it, it's doing a hell of a lot of damage and, dare I say, killing off some public as well, as you will see if you Google it, and that's your non-medics. Your non-medics are also, by the way, so the 3-4 day course, I haven't once heard that complications has been taught within that time, because complications of botulinum toxin and more so I would say dermal fillers are so extreme and lengthy that there's absolutely no way that you could cover that in 4 days. So if you are administering something and you don't understand the complications that can go with it or how to rectify the complications, that's a massive red flag, guys. Massive. So think about that. I mean, do you know, I might have my notes here. I had the intention, guys, of doing this from my work, but my internet, I don't know what's happened. Something's happened there. So I had to come home. So I'm literally like, oh, I've not got any of my stuff to show you. I need to watch, guys, because obviously the way I am, a lot of my stuff has got confidential stuff on it. So I dare say, as I say, I'm being called out as this, that and other, right, and all the rest of it. I don't care, guys. They can crack on in. I would hope that the people that are in here can see me for what I am. I'm just waffling here while I'm finding something that I'm looking for. Where is it?
Give them the attention and do your thing.
Exactly. You're right, honey. You're right. I don't know if you guys can see this, and I'm going to say trigger warning, right? So do you remember I was talking about granulomas? What's this? What's this belter? What is this belter here? What you're saying about all non-medics is wrong. Right, so Utma, whatever, first of all, I'm going to say that you're one of the nutters, right? Second of all, I'm going to say to you, not once have I said all medics. So when you come at me with a statement like that, make sure that you have the receipts to back it up. I have said there are good and bad in both sides. However, it's about risk management and limiting your risks. Now, off you pop. Guys, this is granulomas, trigger warning, and I hope you can see it. Can you see that? Now, that's a complication. That's a very simple complication.
Careful showing pictures though on TikTok.
Is that?
It's a bit dodgy. I would just talk.
Right, sorted, no worries. Just while I'm on that, I'll not show you what I'm looking at here, right? But you can Google it. We have an influencer who was offered free lip filler, and she took the person up on it, and she went for her lip filler, and she ended up in anaphylactic shock. She nearly ended through the person who was administering not knowing how to manage anaphylactic shock and the protocol that goes with it. And yeah, she's speaking out as well against non-medics and aesthetics. So that's maybe worth looking up to, just while I've got that there. I'm also going to put this out here as well, guys. This is a wee bit got a wee bit more of a personal slant on it. See, out of all of your doctors, dentists, consultants, surgeons, etc., now take out their side businesses of aesthetics or vitamins or whatever. How many of you, have seen one of them? So the GP that you've got an appointment for 4 weeks on Monday, right? Have you seen that GP online giving it, I am sitting here doing my cell and I'm doing that and fucking I'll do this and I'm not having this and that? It doesn't happen, guys. It just doesn't happen, because we have to put our best foot forward. Don't get me wrong, we always have little slip-ups, as you've seen with me in the past as well. But we have an image to maintain, and our image is not, look at me, I'm fabulous, and look at this, perfect. Our image is safety and aesthetics, guys. So we have started a hashtag, and believe it or not, it was, I think Rhea might be in here, that made me think about this hashtag and think, yes, that is it. No one had come up with a hashtag that actually said, I stand with medics and aesthetics. You'll see these hashtags on my page, hopefully on Michael's page, and anyone else who wants to take them along. The smallest thing that you guys do will help us, because without you guys, even like so Willie sitting in the box, bringing in his viewers, streaming elsewhere, stuff like that. See, without you guys, our voice is just a single voice in a choir. Do you know what I mean? It is becoming more the way in the UK that your non-medics are much more prolific than your medics now, which is frightening. You are finding that for every medic you come across in aesthetics, there are, give or take, maybe about 5 to 6 non-medics, right? That's the ratio we are kind of looking at just now, and it's a ratio that's growing as well. Overconfidence, yes, 100%. See someone that can do no wrong, and everybody's putting, everybody's making me the victim and I can do no wrong. Everything I do is right and everything I do is wonderful. Bollocks, right? Because see, even me sitting here right now telling you all about my background, my knowledge, right? I can make mistakes. It's about if I spot that mistake, if I see the triggers in the client and think, that's not sitting right with me. It's also about how I deal with that. Do I have the products to reverse the mistake I've made? Can I reverse the mistake I've made? Have I done everything properly, but it's just been a really fluky kind of anatomical issue that's going on where, an artery's maybe slightly closer to the surface? Has it been stuff like that? One of my personal hashtags for my business is safety before profits. That is because, guys, I don't want to be that person that's being called out, for my mistakes. I want to be that person that's recognised for Do you know what? She's actually put graft in. Do you know, she actually knows a bit about something. Do you know what I mean? As things kind of progress, now we're kind of, when I say out of COVID, I'm aware of this new variant and blah, blah, blah. We've all got our own opinions on that, right? But as we're moving more away from that COVID era and into norm, you are going to see that legislations are going to start being spoken about. You're going to see things coming in, I think, from what I read, so it's my take on it, that certain vaccinations are going to be mandatory, likes of the Hep vax, stuff like that, right? Now, even anti-vaxxers, I think, would probably have marched there and say that is a vaccination that you want to be having when you are dealing with blood. Not even when you're dealing specifically with blood. See, even if you're dealing with skin and there's just like a wee kind of open sore, it's not really bleeding, there's still potential to pick up the BBV from that. Do you know what I mean? Guys, I could sit tonight and print out what I think looks like a certificate, put my wee Rossetti thing on it, and put my name on it, right? And see, tomorrow I could have Susie, Ryan and Willie all giving me $3,000 to come in my course that's going to be running as of fucking next Friday. This is where we're at with. So guys, to put you in the picture as well, when I went into business, so my business, as I say, will be 10 years in April. But before that, even when I was just getting into it, I didn't have the bottle to actually go in about people's faces, right? Now, I had been advanced renal phlebotomy, right? That's one of the most paramount kind of jobs that I've had when it's to do with talking about bloodborne viruses and stuff. When I was advanced renal phlebotomy, you're dealing with a hell of a lot of things that we'll just class them as BBVs, right? Because I don't know legalities and what I was going to say there. You're dealing with veins, arteries, peripheral bleeds,